Hello, hello, how's everyone doing today? I hope they're having an absolutely wonderful day. I'm so happy to be sitting down and chatting with you guys again about makeup. All the past videos for the past couple weeks that you guys have seen have all been pre-filmed, so I haven't actually sat down to film in quite a while, and I am very excited. Today's tea of the day is from Davidson's Organics. I've had a few people ask me where I get my tea samples from. This one is a sample, and I'm subscribed to Sips By. It's a tea subscription box. They send you tea samples every month to try. So that's where I get a lot of my, the little packets like this from. This one is a sample of Uthu Black FOP. I don't know if it's supposed to be FOP or FOP. I hope it's FOP. And this is an organic tea from southern India. So far, there's not a whole lot about it that I would say differentiates it from other black teas, but I would say it's very smooth, which is nice. I feel like sometimes black teas in particular can have a particular brightness that can become too much, almost metallic. This doesn't have any of that. It's just really, really smooth. So today's video is going to be a shop my stash. I'm going to go through all the stuff that I have had out that I've been using for the past few weeks, and then go through and show you the things that I have pulled out to concentrate on for the next couple of weeks or so. I'm very excited. Okay, let's do I'll do the stuff that's on top of my little pile here. I'm putting away these two foundations, this one from Essence, this one from MAC. I like to have out two foundations at a time that have different finishes. This is the one I'm wearing today. It has a very nice, I look really, really glowy. That's just the sunscreen underneath as per usual, but the actual foundation is a satin. It's a satin finish. It's really nice and natural looking. I love it. Whereas the MAC Studio Radiance, people talk about whether or not it's been reformulated. I wouldn't know. I didn't try it before they changed its name or whatever, but Studio Radiance is very, very glowy indeed. So I've been enjoying having these two out. I will be putting them back in my stash. The highlight that I have been using is this one from NARS. I have the shade Fort de France. I love it. It's more of a natural highlight, but I find that you can build it up and get a beautiful highlight that doesn't look glittery, especially if you spray your face afterwards with setting mist. It really makes it pop, and it's a very pretty soft gold. That's not too deep for my complexion, but I can see how someone more fair than I, this would be too dark. Blushes. I have been testing this one from Ilia. This is the multi-stick, it was called, in the shade At Last. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it because I put it on kind of like this, as you do, and I felt it was very tuggy. I just didn't care for it. But applying it a different way, I think it's really, really pretty. I take my brush, swirl it around in there, and apply it that way instead, and then I think it's very, very pretty indeed. I got this so clearance, you guys. If you guys have a Sephora near you that's in a JCPenney, go check out to see if their Ilia stuff is on sale. Their Ilia, their Tower 28 stuff, and Kosas, because they are in my Sephora in JCPenney. I got this really, really inexpensive, along with some Kosas lip jellies, because I could, is that what they're called? Lip jellies? Lip oils. I could not help it because they were so cheap. We're talking 75% off. So anyway, I'm happy that I got to try this and that I indeed enjoy it. I do enjoy my Flower Beauty blush balm in the shade Pinched. I think I only reached for this one time, but I do really enjoy it. This is the one I'm wearing today, and I really went in too hard. I even put more foundation over it and powdered, and it's still really popping through. This is from Nude Sticks. This is the Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil. I have the shade Belle. And again, I don't like to go and scribble it on my face and then blend it out. I like to put it on my brush and then dab it on with the brush. And yeah, today I got a little bit too much on, and I really put on a lot of blush. But I know you guys will forgive me. I'm going to have to get a sharpener for this. I thought, I have a larger sharpener, and I thought this would fit in it, and it doesn't. I'm gonna be annoyed if I'm gonna have to actually go buy the Nude Stick sharpener. If you guys know of one at the drugstore or something where I can get that actually will fit this, let me know. Otherwise, I might have to pick up the Nude Sticks one. And this one from Stila. I have the convertible color in the shade Lilium. It's really, really pretty. Love it. I do have a blush roundup coming up hopefully soon, but more to come on what I think of this in that video. Let's do eyeshadows. So I really wanted to focus on a bunch of single shadows in my stash that I hadn't tried yet. These ones are from Nabla. This is a Sydney Gray shade, and these ones are from Glam Shop. Oh, I love them so much, and I could talk about these for a long time. I'm gonna try to cut it short a little bit. All of the ones from Nabla I purchased are from their Bright line, because I tried one from them that I really, really like, the one called Entropy. Oh, it's still my favorite. I love how it looks when it's blended out. It's kind of got a satin finish, but it's just got that pearlized finish that when you put it on the lid, it just looks kind of wet, and I love that so much. So anyway, that's why I ended up getting more shades in that same finish. This one in the shade Absinthe, I don't know if that's how to pronounce it. When you blend it out, it looks pretty red, actually. I wore this in a couple videos and I really liked how it looked, but I was surprised how much the undertone is so red. But yes, I enjoyed using all of those. This one from Sydney Grace is the very first time I've run into this with Sydney Grace. Remember how I was having a hard time swatching it for you guys? Well, I really do think it's pressed too hard in the pan. I think I'm going to have to repress it myself because I can't get any product out of there, which is very unusual for Sydney Grace. I'm wearing Sydney Grace shadows today and the mattes were very pigmented, which is usual with them. So yeah, that one I think is just pressed too hard. And these ones from Glam Shop, they were so beautiful. And I think I have found a new favorite one. This one, Pantophilic, which I think that's Slipper, if I'm getting that correctly. Loved it. But happily, I have finally used all of these so I can put them in my stash. I don't like to put my singles away until I've at least tried them one time. So these can go into my big singles collection. I also had my Kaleidos Flower Punk palette out to use. I only used it one time, which I had really wanted to use it more than that, but at the moment I'm happy with that. I'm gonna be putting it back in my stash because I have to admit I have been buying a lot of eyeshadow lately, which I get in these moods, I guess, where I just want to try all these different things. So for now, I'm putting this back so that I can test all the things I've been buying. I also pulled out a ton of cream shadows to test last time, one of which was this Colourpop Jelly Much in the shade Saguaro. I actually had a really hard time with this. It had intense fallout, like really intense. I don't know if I was just absent-mindedly scratching my eye for it to be that bad. I'm talking about it was like all over my cheeks and not much left on my eyes, so maybe that was the problem. I'm gonna have to try it again and make sure that I'm not doing that and see how that goes. But the shade is really pretty. These two from JCat and from NYX I feel like are very similar in formula. They kind of give you a very foiled but kind of piecey look, if you know what I mean. It's chunky but in an interesting way. Like it's just very texturally interesting, both of these are, depending on how you apply them. You can, you know, make them not so piecey looking just by kind of, you know, blending it in more. You can get just a plain foiled effect, but initially when you apply it, yeah, very interesting texture. Not something I go for every day, but I'm glad I have them in my stash and they are very pretty and I'm glad I tried them. Although now I know that I don't need to buy the Rowan Quads, considering that I know I don't like this on the everyday, so I can avoid something that's super textury like that. On the opposite end of the spectrum, I was also trying out these Ulta Beauty Cream shadows, the Bouncy Cream eyeshadows. These are really pretty for every day. They create a very smooth appearance on your lids, and some are a little bit more sparkly than others, but all of them I would say are very understated and just pretty. They're just pretty and they kind of look expensive to me. The way they look, I'm like, I feel like the look that they give you is something that you would get from a very expensive luxury palette for some reason. I don't know, maybe that's just my thinking of how luxury makeup looks, but I do really like these. And if you're looking for something that, like I said, is smoothing, more hydrating looking on the lid, perhaps a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of a foil, but not much. It's just really pretty. I can recommend these. They do sometimes tend to shatter in their pans, but they're a bouncy texture. You literally can just kind of push it back in and it's back. Just thought I'd mention that in case that sort of thing bothers you, but I was happy I got to use them. As for lip products, this is the one I'm wearing today. This is from Bobbi Brown, and I was concerned in my last video that this was expired, even though I just bought it, and I think that's the scent of this lipstick. It doesn't smell like crayons to me. It's just kind of a sharp, interesting smell. But so far I'm willing to put up with it because I really like the sheer formula, and it's actually a very different color than anything else I have in my stash. So I'm happy to have this. I was also testing out this Colourpop Ultra Blotted Lip. I have the shade Doozy. I like it. I really enjoy it. It looks like a K-beauty type thing with the super blotted lip. I enjoy it and I like this color. It can be a little bit drying, but not as bad as a typical liquid lipstick, I felt. So I felt like I could tolerate it. The Wet n Wild Cloud Pout, I kind of wish I got a different color. This one isn't what I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit more bright pink than I was hoping, but I do like the formula. It feels nice and smooth and just kind of moussey. It is described as a marshmallow lip mousse, which is a very accurate description of what it feels like on your lips. It's very texturally, again, interesting. And then I had a couple glosses. This one's one of my favorites from Essence, the Shine 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 gloss, Happiness in a Bottle. Classic for a reason. It's really good. And then I was also trying out the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Lip Shine. This was different than I was expecting. I think it's because I heard someone refer to it as a dupe for the Tower 28. And while I have not tried the Tower 28 cream glosses, and this one is a cream, I have tried their lip jellies, and I didn't think this was like those at all. So I still like it, but I was disappointed that someone had compared them that way because they're not at all the same. Okay, let's talk about the products that I'm going to be bringing in. So for eyeshadow, first of all, I'm still working through some shadows, single shadows I brought into my stash that I haven't used yet, back from my Sydney Grace mystery bag unboxing. These are all the ones I haven't tried yet. This was from the purple bag, and these ones were from the taupe bag. Today I'm actually wearing the shadows I got in the green bag in that Sydney Grace mystery unboxing, and oh, I love it so much. And so I'm very much looking forward to all of them, the purple and the taupe. So my goal is to use all of them at least one time. And I also want to test out another new thing to my stash. So I picked this up from Revlon. I know you guys are laughing at me because this is very classic. It has been in the drugstore forever and ever. These are cream shadows. And I got the Not Just Nudes color story. And I really like the Revlon little cream pots. I can't think of what they're called right now. I have a couple of them, and I really wanted to test these out to see if they are the same formula as the regular potted shadows. Let me quick give you swatches. I probably won't use the cream one much. It's just a cream, but maybe it'll be a good eyeshadow base. I don't know. They feel a lot like the ones you can get in the pot, really emollient and nice and thin feeling. Okay, so the cream one's here. And here are the other 3 shades. So I'm looking forward to trying out the formula. This is really, really inexpensive at I think I got it at Walmart, and they have it in several different color stories. So I'm hoping it works out because I do love my cream shadows. You know I do. Oh, let's quick do base products. So I'm gonna bring out my Misha BB cream and my Believe Beauty. This one is the one that has more of a satin skin-like finish, and this one is more radiant and more on the dewy side. So I'm looking forward to using these. I love both of them. Highlight, I'm gonna pull out my Flower Beauty Day Glow. I really, really enjoy this. It is so, so pretty. I don't know how much I'm gonna get to use it since I'm currently panning a primer that I'm using as a liquid highlight, so we'll see. But I love this because it doesn't highlight texture. It just looks like a wet, kind of glossy look on your skin, but it's not sticky. Like, this is not a sticky balm whatsoever, and it's really, 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 really pleasant. I love it. But I'm also going to pull out this one from Nabla. This is actually the one I'm wearing today, and I think my favorite way to apply this is using my fingers, because that's what I did today. I just kind of swirled my finger in there, tapped it in, and it creates that really beautiful wet look that I enjoy so much. This one is the Skin Glazing in the shade Ozone, and it is called the Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder. I really do think that it can do that for you, give you the glass skin effect. I mean, just look. I love it. It's so pretty. I have yet to try this on my eyes. I feel like it would be a beautiful eyeshadow or inner corner highlight. So anyway, that is Ozone from Nabla. Let's do blush next. I'm gonna pull out my Essence blush in the shade Befitting. I've been kind of thinking about this blush. I haven't used it much lately, so I'm excited to pull it out and give it some love. It gets hype for a reason. It is a beautifully, oh, there's a car going by. It is a beautifully, I don't know, I guess a satin type formula. I love it so much. It's so pretty. This one, I'm gonna give it another go. This is the Colourpop Cheek Dew in Serum Blush, and mine, it keeps separating. I keep like shaking it up and kind of squeezing it around the tube. I have the shade Psst, the shade Psst. I have kind of vacillated back and forth on how much I like it. So far, it's still in the like category. Like, I don't actively dislike it, but I feel like it can be a little finicky to work with. In any case, this color is really nice for fall and winter, so I want to spend some time giving this one another try. I just bought this yesterday. This is the Milani Cream Blush Palette, the shade Sun-Kissed Glow. And I love my single cream blush from Milani, and I really wanted to try the palette. Let me quick give you a few swatches of these. I feel like they're not as pigmented. I think someone mentioned in a comment that these are not as pigmented as the singles, and I would agree, although they do feel really similar. They have the same really melty, buttery texture when you put your fingers in. It's so pleasant. So here are the shades there. Very, very excited to dig into this and try it out. And I did buy another thing. It's a little, I bought one of those little sets at Sephora from Rare Beauty. So this was in there, and I love the fact that it's a mini. If they would get everything in their mini sizes, that would make me happy. Look how cute it is. So this is the liquid blush. This is the shade Bliss. This is a product that gets a lot of hype. I am so interested to spend some time with it. I used it one time, liked it, but not enough to like properly review it and test it. I feel like this shade is much more of a summer shade, but you know what? It's okay. I'm happy to use it and check it out. Segueing into lip products, in that same little mini set, I got this from Rare Beauty. This is the Dewy Lip Balm. I know you guys are thinking, you're not supposed to be buying lip products. I know, I've been really failing lately. I've been struggling. But this one's in the shade Thankful. And again, I love the little minis. And so that's what it looks like. Super, super adorable. And that is the shade. Totally up my alley. And I've been loving this type of sheer lipstick type formula, so excited to spend some time with that too. I'm also wearing this today. I'm gonna pull it out to use a little bit more, and this is a Colourpop Lippie Pencil. This is the shade Field Day, and again, it's very different from anything I have in my stash. It's nice and warm toned. Even though it's on my lip, I'll quick give you a swatch. Yeah, so there we go. Again, not super warm toned, it's just very different from anything that I have. Then I'm also gonna pull out my Colourpop Just a Tint. I have the shade Gimme S'more. It's just a really, really neutral lip color. This is one I have not reached for, I think, since I got it in a mystery box months and months ago. So this is from NYX. This is one of the butter glosses. This is the shade Sorbet. And it is a really pretty color. There's just something, I'm just not super drawn to the NYX butter glosses. I do feel like they are a bit overhyped. I know I'm probably have an unpopular opinion there. I just don't think there's anything that special about them, you know? But it is a nice gloss. Anyway, that is the shade. I have to be careful closing my NYX products because I almost always over tighten them and break the cap, and then they go bad. Trying not to do that. And lastly, I'm gonna roll in my Kaleidos Lucid Lip. I have the shade Dramatize. Yes, Dramatize. And I kind of made a discovery. I was looking through my stash, deciding which items I wanna focus on next for panning, and this has hardly any product in it. So 2.9 mils, that's tiny. In comparison to this NYX gloss, for instance, this has a full 8 mils in it. 2.98. Like this, I feel like would not take me that long to use up. I don't know if I will target it. If I do, this would be the perfect time of year for it. It's so beautiful. And it looks kind of crazy in the tube, but it's just mostly pinky sheer with, you know, beautiful sparkles in it that makes your lips look nice and juicy. I'm really tempted to pull out more stuff, but I think that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I really do appreciate your support, and I hope that you have an absolutely glorious day. I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!